How close are we to test cruises? And is there still hope for Alaska cruising? There does seem to be some optimism in the air. We'll go through these cruise news stories and more in this video up ahead. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video, I have some very interesting cruise news. We've got, unfortunately, some cancellations again, but we also have some updates as to test sailings, what's happening with the CDC. We've got some Alaska updates that are actually looking promising or possible. And we have some updates from the major cruise lines, Carnival Corporation, Norwegian Cruise Line, and Royal Caribbean Group that I want to share with you today. I also have a little interesting story about air quality on cruise ships that might surprise you. And let's take a look at a brand new cruise ship that we can all get excited about. Now, if you are enjoying this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And as well, please consider subscribing to the channel with your notifications on to make sure that you see my videos every single week. So let's start off with the cancellations so we can get these out of the way. So firstly, Carnival Cruises has canceled all of their cruises up until the end of May. Not exactly a surprise, but it has happened. We've also had cancellations from Disney. They've canceled their cruises through the month of May with potential restarts in the month of June. However, the Disney Magic, which was due to sail in Europe, well, they've canceled that cruise ship, well, for even a little bit longer up until August 10th. And what they said is that they cite that international borders, they believe, will remain closed for an extended period of time. So if you do have a cruise with another cruise line, and it's also in Europe, that is something to keep in mind. This is what Disney believes. Of course, it's not a guarantee, but it does give us an indication. Now, Azamara Cruises has also canceled their cruises up until the end of June. Now, we also have new cancellations from Holland America and Princess, and these happen to be cruises that are sailing, well, they have to do with the Canada cruise ban. And basically what they've done is they've canceled all cruises that are in Alaska or Canada, New England, and even some Pacific coastal cruises that are leaving from or coming back to a Canadian cruise port. So if your cruise or if a cruise was supposed to leave from Vancouver and going to Alaska, well, that is now canceled for the 2021 season. Now, this has to do with the Canada cruise ban. So for now, if your cruise is leaving from Seattle, well, that is not canceled. And right now, Holland America, Princess, and the cruise lines are working on some workarounds, hoping that there may be a way to salvage the 2021 Alaska season. Now, there are a couple possibilities. One of them is that Canada would allow technical stops at their ports in Vancouver or Victoria, BC. Now, a letter has been sent by several congressmen to the Canadian ambassador to the United States. And basically what they're asking is the United States government and the Canadian government and the stakeholders to work together to find a mutually agreeable solution to keeping people safe, but also allowing Alaska cruises to go when they're able to, just because it is devastating to the local Alaskan economy to have a second year in a row without Alaska cruises. Now, the second possibility is something called the Alaskan Tourism Recovery Act. Now, Congressman Doug Young has proposed this act, and basically what it states is that there would be a workaround for the time being, just temporarily during the Canada cruise ban, that would designate round-trip Alaska cruises as foreign voyagers. And effectively, this would be a way around the Passenger Vessel Services Act. And he is calling on the U.S. administration and the CDC to work quickly together to establish a way for cruising to resume for the people of Alaska and for the economy. Now, of course, the third thing that needs to happen is beyond the Canada cruise ban and all of these things is the CDC actually has to allow cruising to resume. Now, do you think that this is even a possibility? Now, if you asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have definitely said no because of the Canada cruise ban, and it just didn't seem like there was a way to work around this. However, I am seeing that there really is a will for change. And I wonder if the lawmakers can possibly, well, make this happen. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Will Alaska, well, will it be able to be salvaged for 2021, at least for when cruises do resume? So now let's get an update from our three major cruise lines: Royal Caribbean, Norwegian Cruise Line, and Carnival. So starting with Royal Caribbean, Michael Bailey, the president and CEO of Royal Caribbean, did talk about test sailings in a recent earnings call. What he said is that they are working with the CDC and that they expect to have the technical guidance. So this is something that cruise lines have been waiting for from the CDC. Well, he expected to have it any day, is the way he expressed it. Now, that was already about a week ago, so has it happened or not? Well, we don't really know. But he did also say that the CDC had requested a couple of things from Royal Caribbean, and this has to do with Royal Caribbean's successful sailings in Singapore with the Quantum of the Seas. Well, the CDC wanted two technological tools, wanted the information about it. One of them is the eMuster or Muster 2.0, and that is that way, rather than having the muster drill where everybody gathers together, this is the way to have the safety drill on your phone. So they wanted that, and they wanted as well the information about the technology for the tracelet. Now, the tracelet is a silicone band that every passenger wears on the cruise, and effectively it is contact tracing. If somebody is found to have had the virus or suspected, what they can do is trace back if people were close by to one another, for instance, within 6 feet for longer than 15 minutes, and they could use that technology, well, basically to follow certain protocols to mitigate the spread. Now, we'll talk later on in this video about two other pieces of Royal Caribbean news that are very exciting. Now, Frank Del Rio from Norwegian Cruise Line also had some things to say in his earnings call. So regarding the CDC directives for those test sailings, he says it might not be a matter of days, it might be a matter of weeks. So that's what we know from Frank Del Rio. He also does say that when they get the news from the CDC, that they'll need about a 90-day turnaround for cruises to restart. Now, he does talk about the company and that they are financially resilient. Despite that, they have, for those that are interested, they've incurred a lot of loss over the fact that they brought back a lot of their crew in November and December. They brought them back in hopes for an early 2021 return. That, of course, to sailing, that, of course, did not happen. He says that cost about $15 million in bringing back crew, in making those changes, those safety and health protocols on the cruise ships, in marketing. And now it will cost a lot of money to send that crew back while they await for cruising to restart. However, he is optimistic, and what he does say is that looking ahead, we are encouraged by the acceleration of the rollout of vaccines, the progress towards herd immunity, and the strong demand for future cruise vacations. Now, I'm not going to get into detail about the vaccine in this video because we've talked about this in a past video, and we will talk about it, no doubt, again. However, it is interesting because this is something that did come up in the Carnival update as well. Now, after Carnival canceled its May sailings, Christine Duffy, the president of Carnival, did put out a video mostly geared towards travel agents and advisors, but I will summarize it for you because I think it was really interesting. She pointed out that at the end of October, when the CDC lifted the no-sail order and put in the conditional framework, it was a clear pathway for cruising to resume. However, it was also very rigorous, and well, some things happened along the way that did change things. And one of those things was the fact that in December, the vaccines did come out that were effective, and the vaccine rollout, well, basically started to be very quick. At the same time, there was a change in the administration, and the priority for this administration is to vaccinate as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. And she does say that there is a growing sense that many of our normal activities, including cruising, will be able to resume hopefully shortly. But she does say we're going to have to deal with this extended pause a little bit longer, and this means through May, possibly beyond. Now, what Carnival is doing is they're offering options to passengers. So that includes the ability to cancel a cruise up until the end of July, and incentives to stick with your cruise booking if you do want to, with an additional onboard credit. Now, Carnival is still in a very strong financial position. They do have 16 cruise ships that are waiting to restart when they are given the green light from the CDC. They're already in the United States waters as required, and they're planning and looking forward to the future. So both with the Mardi Gras that hopefully will be sailing soon on the new terminal, for the Carnival celebration at the Port Miami, in time to sail in 2022 for Carnival's 50th birthday celebration. Now, if you are planning to sail with Carnival in 2021, 2022, or even 2023, please let me know in the comments below. Now, I do want to share with you a story all about the air quality on cruise ships, especially as we resume cruising. But first, I wanted to share with you this amazing footage of the Odyssey of the Seas, the new Royal Caribbean cruise ship, as it is getting ready to just about set sail from the shipyard. Now, it is getting its finishing touches done right now. You could see it at the Meyer Werft shipyard in Germany. You could even see the snow on the cruise ship. Now, this is a Quantum Ultra class ship, and the amazing features include the SkyPad virtual reality, the Bungee trampoline adventure, the North Star observation capsule, Ripcord by iFly, plus all of the great features that we love on Royal Caribbean cruise ships, including the Windjammer buffet, the main dining room, and the Royal Theater. I am so excited to see this cruise ship and release some very, very good news for the cruise industry. Now, please let me know if you are going to be sailing on the Odyssey of the Seas or if you are a Royal Caribbean cruise fan and would like to in the future. So have you ever wondered how good or bad the air quality is on a cruise ship? Now, the result might surprise you. Now, Royal Caribbean has commissioned a study as part of the broader recommendation from the Healthy Sail Panel with the University of Nebraska Medical Center and the National Strategic Research Institute. Now, what they did is they actually looked at the role of the HVAC systems in spreading airborne particles on cruise ships, including the ventilation, the filtration, the supply, the airflow into the cabins, both passengers as well as crew, and the public spaces. Now, what they saw is that the transmission of airborne particles between the different spaces through ventilation was basically undetectable in surfaces and on the air. However, what they are doing, Royal Caribbean, is they're adding additional layers of protection by upgrading their systems to MERV 13 filters, HEPA filters, and also adjusting shipboard settings to allow for maximum air changes per hour. So something very good as cruises do resume. Now, we went through a lot of information in this video, but I would like to know from you if you think that test cruises, well, if you think that that is getting closer, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And of course, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to put your notification bell on so that you are notified whenever we put a video out. We put a cruise tips and a cruise news video out every single week. Bye for now, and happy future cruising.